You will be surprised if you're coming to know about the 9 creative use case of Gemini. There is a tools in Gemini, its name is a Canvas. By using this feature, we can do amazing work such as creating presentations and converting PDF files and making designs and so much things. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the 9 creative use case of Gemini Canvas. So you have to watch the video from the beginning to the end because I'm going to talk about different creative use case. I'm sure in different kind of context in your life you need this function. So let's go straight into the video. The first use case of Canvas is converting any kind of PDF files into doc files. I am using Gemini here. You can use Gemini in your phone. You can upload the app. And after that, opening Gemini, just go to the tools and choose this function Canvas. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to convert a local language file into doc file, Google Doc file or Microsoft Word file. So here is the file. I just want to show you the file. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload the files from my computer, upload the file. Okay, I just upload that PDF file. What I am going to do right now, I'm going to convert that PDF file into doc files. Okay, convert this file into Google Doc. Google Doc is the same as like a Microsoft Word. They are no different, but just different because of their companies. And I'm changing the mode into Pro, and we also going to get the result in a fast mode. Don't worry about that. But I'm just choosing the Pro and clicking here. So let's wait the result. See, after 1 minute we got the result and we convert that PDF file into the Google Doc. And we are here in what we need to right now. We just click on this share option and we can export to doc. Doc, I said you at the beginning, doc is the same as like a Microsoft Word. And also we can copy this entire file and we can paste in our Microsoft Word or Google Doc. So this is very creative, and you can convert any kind of files, PDF files, audio files, JPG files into something by using this function, Gemini Canvas function. So that is the first use case of Gemini Canvas, and we are going to talk about the second use case of Gemini Canvas. Sometimes we make assignments and project report by using chatbots like a Gemini or ChatGPT or any AI chatbots. But what we used to do, we make the content and we copy the content and we paste in Google Doc or Microsoft Word. And there are so much things to do. But don't worry, in a limited way, we can use all that function in Gemini Canvas. So next time when you're going to create a project or assignment or any kind of a report, go to the tools, choose these options. Okay, go to the tools, choose the Canvas functions always. And you're going to get the result like this. When you're generating a text, you're going to get the result. You're going to get the generated text in this style. So here you can change all that things we used to do in a Google Doc. For example, you want to make it a bold. Just to go select the text and choose this function. And you can bold it and you can make it heading. You can make it italics. You can make it a points. Numbers, everything sits here. So in next time when you are going to use Gemini, you can use this function. You don't need to copy this text and you don't need to paste it somewhere else, and you don't need to do anything. In some case, if you are not satisfied with the limited editing option, if you want to convert that file into Google Doc, just go to share function and here is export to doc. This is the second use case of Gemini Canvas function. Now we are going to check the third use case of Gemini Canvas. Sometimes we need to make a presentations, and what we do, we are just so much worried when it's come to make a presentation. For example, your boss, your manager came to you and said to you, like, make a presentation about rich mindset. That is a topic, and you are confused. How am I going to make this presentation, and which software I'm going to use? How I'm going to align the content? We are kind of worried about all this kind of things, and we are spending so much time just thinking about, and we are wasting so much time. And also sometimes we make a presentation content using Gemini or chatbot, and we go to the Microsoft PowerPoint or Google Slide or Canva. But in all these contexts, we need to make a manual presentation. We need to do all the editing, so that is also time consuming. But here, by using Gemini Canvas function, we don't need to spend so much time. We can make a creative presentation by using this function. So here I just open the Gemini, and I choose these tools and click on Canvas, and just next what I need to do, just give the topic. So I will show you what I did. Okay, can you make a presentation about rich mindset? Use a very colorful and visual elements also should be included. My prompt is not good. So I give a simple prompt and I'm going to show you the result. How beautiful presentation I got. See the result. So I only just give the idea, the subject I have. They created an amazing, colorful, visually attractive presentation for me. Now you may have a doubt. What if I want to make additional change? Don't worry, you can make additional change in a two-way. By the AI, you just give additional prompts. You can just give a prompt like change the color, change the picture, change the logo, change the theme, everything. You can just, what do you need to do is just simply give a prompt here. But if you, in some case, if you want to make a manual changes here, you don't need to worry about that. Just click on export to slide. By clicking export to slide, slide is a Google slide. Same like a Microsoft PowerPoint. So after clicking export to slide, we can manually make any kind of a changes in Google slide. So this is also helpful. Now we are going to check the fourth use case of Gemini Canvas. In some time we have a image files, PDF files of sheets or tables. And we don't want to design it in a Google Excel or Google slide. But don't worry, Gemini Canvas is going to help you. In next time, if you need to make any kind of a sheets, you just upload the files here. I just uploaded a JPG file here, and I just give a simple prompt. Can you convert this file into Google Sheet? See what the result I got. I got the result. Now when I'm going to click on the export to sheet, I can get all the files in a Google Sheet. Google Sheet is same like a Microsoft Excel. So we don't need to make manually anything. We're going to get everything by the help of the AI. That is the fourth use case of Gemini Canvas, and we are going to check on the fifth use case of Gemini Canvas. Sometime we need to make an interactive dashboard. For example, you're a teacher. You need to show your students how is the work of International Space Station, or you need to show them something creative, or what is the inside of our body, what is our breathing, what happened when we eat something. You need to show them. Or in some other case, I don't want to say some other cases, so you have so many different use cases by using this function. So in all this context, you can just use Gemini Canvas. See, I just give simple prompt here. I want to learn about the International Space Station. Can you make a 3D view of studying purpose? And I choose the Canvas function. See the result I got. Yeah, so I can click on each things, and they're going to explain me what is that, what is this. This is creative, and if my prompt was good, it is going to be very rich description with a rich element. So this function is also can be used in different contexts. I hope this is helpful for you. So now we are going to check on the sixth use case of Gemini Canvas. Sometimes we need to make games, right? But we need a customized games, and you can do that function here by using Gemini Canvas. So I just give you a simple prompt here. Can you make a game for me? And the game is snake and ladder, and 2-player option, easy, medium, hard option. Make it more colorful. I give simple prompt and I choose Canvas. See, I got a game here. Now I'm gonna play the game. You can also do the same. You can create a game, different kind of a game. But the purpose of this option is not for making game, but making coding. So if you want to get the code, you can get the code here. So if you like a coding, this is incredibly amazing for you. So I can choose the players, 1 player, 2 player, easy, medium, hard. Okay, start the game. So now I can click on roll the dice. See, it's moving here. See, computer is rolling. So this is also creative. You can use it for creating a game. So now we are going to check on the 7th use case of Gemini Live in Gemini Canvas. Sometimes we have some plans, drawings and everything, and we want to convert it to 3D or visually attractive elements. So I just uploaded a symbol plan here and a home plan, and I asked them, can you convert this into 3D image? See the result I got. If I want to show this to my client, I can easily do that by using Gemini Canvas. I think this is helpful for you. So that is the 7th use case of Gemini Canvas. We are heading to the 8th use case of the Gemini Canvas. Sometimes we need to make a website, or sometimes we need to make a dummy website for our clients or somebody else. For example, I want to create a website, but all the time I felt exhausted because I explained everything to the designer, but he has no idea what I'm talking about, and he designed in some other way. So at that time, we can also create a website by using Gemini Canvas. This is not just about the design. We can also create SEO based content also. So I made a website here, and I said in a prompt, can you create a website for me, and these are our competitors, and make the language in Malayalam, and the content should be SEO based. And I see at the result I got. Now what I can do, that I can share this file with my designer, with my developer, so they can create it easily. That is the 8th use case of Gemini Canvas, and we are heading to the last use case of Gemini. Before going to talk about that, I hope this video helpful. If this video helpful, please make your comments and don't forget to subscribe over the channel. You know, if you're a designer, it can be dress designer, fashion designer, or graphic designer, or planner, or anything. In that context, you can also use Gemini Canvas function. You can just give your idea, and you can just give a prompt like make a presentation, make a design, make a plan by using this prompt. So that AI tool going to create something. So you're going to get an idea before actually you're doing that things. So you can expand your explorations or visions more clearly, more advanced. So I hope this use case are very helpful for you. If this is helpful, make your comments. Thank you so much for watching me.